Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan, joined at the broadcast table by Greg Anthony and Coach Stan Van Gundy. And as always, we'll hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Jrue Holiday.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at point. And for Chicago, Johnson is out there with Kyle Kuzma. Then it's White, and it's Vucevic, and it's DJ in at the 1. Oh, Stan, this should be a fun one. A clash at the center position.
Yeah, and Kevin, the way the game has changed, we don't see these kind of big men matchups much anymore. And so it's great to see one where two great big guys going at it, and they're going to go after each other.
And Stan, you know what you're talking about. You've had the opportunity to coach some great big men.
Oh, I have. I had Shaquille O'Neal, Dwight Howard, Andre Drummond. I seem to always have good centers.
Basket is good. The assist from Johnson.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Now here's White. Outside, Porzingis. And it goes out of bounds. That one's off Kuzma. Celtics ball. So the Bulls, their last game, a win against the Celtics.
Well, on the road, you don't expect to look so comfortable on the offensive end, but that was the story of the game.
Well, it comes down to preparation. They were ready for that game and kept the crowd out of it for the most part.
And that one's good, DJ.
Good way to start this game. You want to get him rolling as early as possible.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, if he gets into a good rhythm early, watch out.
It's good from long range.
Look, Holiday makes more than enough of those to keep the defense honest.
And that one drops. 6 points for DJ.
Well, a nice start for them. 3 for 3 in the early going, getting into a rhythm.
Outside, Porzingis. Celtics passing it around. 2 points. That one goes. Holiday's got 5.
Yeah, and guys, when White's got the ball in his hands, you can count on him to make the right decision with it.
And that one is good from DJ.
And early on, they looked great. They've made all 4 of their shots to start this game.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan. Now, of course, I asked Coach what his plan was about defending Jason Tatum, and he said, I told our guys just to play smart, to play up on him, but not get baited into fouls, and try to get a hand in his face. Now, that's a difficult challenge for any defense, so we'll see what happens tonight, guys.
Thank you, David.
It just seems like the more he touches it, the more the lead grows.
Well, Greg, Boston didn't just win the title. They won their 18th NBA championship in style.
No series went more than 5, going 16-3 in the postseason, Kevin. Half of those wins were by 15 or more. The Celtics really weren't even challenged during that title run. Dunks aren't always for the big fella.
A serious power move from the point.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Austin with the ball. After Chicago picking up a basket just moments ago.
Oh, this is exactly the kind of opportunity you don't want to waste.
Here's TJ, and the layup is good. 14 points for him.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Now here's Tatum. He had a career game last time out. Bucket after bucket. Porzingis can't hit. Chicago leading by 6. Johnson kicks to Kuzma. Here's DJ, and DJ throws it down.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Kuzma against Tatum. Out to White. Here's the three. And so it looks like the Celtics will retain possession here. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. You look at the Bulls. They've been in peak form as we've watched them play some tremendous basketball with an eye toward the postseason. And, of course, the Celtics. They're much further down the standings right now.
And you know, for the Celtics, they find themselves as just a middle-of-the-road team this year. Opponents they would have blown away last season are giving them all they can handle at this point.
Well, it shows you just how quickly things change in this league. Even if the rosters look similar, these aren't the same opponents.
Now here is Holiday. He's got 8. Here's Porzingis. The shot goes in. First of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And because he can score from all over the floor, Porzingis can find space inside. That's not the case for most 7-footers.
Tatum no good.
Well, he continues to make the effort, but the results just aren't there this quarter.
Porzingis with the block. Here's Brown, and then Brown with the dunk.
Flashing his athleticism there. Once Brown gets solid interior positioning, he's focused on jamming it home.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Jaylen Brown. Averaging about 23 points per, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Chicago leading by 3. Drives to the hoop, and that one is good from DJ. DJ's got 20.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Makes it off the glass. 22 points for him.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Brown outside. From down in the low post, it goes. Brown's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And that's good decision-making by Brown in the pick and roll. He'll make the right read more often than not.
Tatum looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's Chicago with the rebound. And it seems unthinkable at this point, but they've won 26 games in a row.
Well, it's really unbelievable. I had a 10-game win streak with the Magic as a head coach, and I'm trying to imagine more than doubling that kind of a run. It's really unthinkable, the amount of consistent good fortune and effort that it takes to do something like this. Just a heroic scoring effort from him this quarter. He's doing everything he can to will them back into this game.
A team's rebounding is a great measure of its energy, and theirs has been terrific here in the first quarter. And you watch Jason Tatum, year to year, he is a model of consistency. Across the board, the numbers are pretty similar, and the effort never wanes.
Now White, after the missed 3 from Derek White. And there's the drive. DJ, no good. White with the defensive effort. On the wing, Holiday. And Vucevic pulls it down. Vucevic has got his 6th rebound on the night. And DJ with the basket on the assist by White. White's got 3 assists tonight.
And it's coming easy for them right now. 5 baskets in a row in the paint.
Outside Holiday. Hits it from 3-point range. Holiday's got 14 points.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooting.
So for the Bulls, Jalen Smith comes in for Vucevic, and D'Angelo Russell subbed in for White. Boston also with the sub. Horford's checked in, driving the lane, and it's DJ missing. Celtics trail by 3. Brown wide open, he fires. That misses, had a chance to tie it there. DJ with it, White's there, and DJ throws it down.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones. Now here is Holiday. 20 points for him last game against Chicago, and it's White missing. Chicago leading by 5. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. GA, we are right in the thick of the season. What's an overlooked challenge for these players right now?
Staying fresh. You have to take care of your body and your mind. That'll pay dividends in the stretch run.
And so he hits both. And staying a positive for the Bulls over the last couple seasons. They've really done a good job of taking care of the ball.
Yeah, Kevin, that's been an emphasis for them. You don't want to beat yourself. So you look up and down the roster, it's a pretty disciplined group, but it's also the kind of thing that can change from year to year.
Now here's DJ. He has 30. Yep, it counts.
And I like Russell's ability to create for others. He does what's best for the team.
And here is Brown. Takes the 3. Buries the long-range jumper. 7 points in the game.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Russell passes to DJ. It's deflected, and that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Here's DJ. In the game against Boston, very impressive. Basket is good, the assist from Johnson. 34 points for DJ.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Here's Brown. 17 points for him last game against Chicago.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
1:43 left in the first quarter of the game, and a missed layup. DJ with it, Brown's there, and it's DJ missing. Celtics trail by 10. Brown with it, 7 points in the game. Pritchard passes to Hauser. Here's Cornette. Here's Hauser. Shot clock at 6. The Celtics working the ball around now. Hands it from downtown.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin. Celtics coach Joe Mazzulla has talked about the 2 J's, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. He says they've been lumped together because they play a similar position, but they don't have to be similar. They've got to be able to express who they are and not constantly be compared to each other. They're not the same. Kevin?
That gave him the number again. What an avalanche!
It's unbelievable. He's now 5th in the number of 40-point games in a single season.
One of the more bankable scores this league has ever seen. You have to marvel at his consistency. His scoring has been eye-opening. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Smith. Dosunmu comes in for Kyle Kuzma. And Josh Giddey subbed in for Cameron Johnson. Here's Tatum, and the dunk by Tatum.
What a move by Tatum, finishing strong at the ring.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. DJ offline with his three. Celtics trail by 7. Here's Pritchard. He has yet to score. Outside Tatum. Puts up a deep three. No good on that one. And so it's the Chicago Bulls bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be right back after this. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Hey guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Bulls?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And also,
So for the Bulls, Johnson, he's checked in for Smith. White comes in for Dosunmu. And DJ subbed in for Russell. And a new group in for the Celtics. We've got White. Vucevic is out there with Johnson. And it's DJ. And it's Giddey in at the shooting guard. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Porzingis inside. Vucevic on him. And that one, good. Holiday's got 16 points.
Well, when Holiday is affecting the game on the offensive end, it's a real lift for his team.
Here's TJ. That 3 off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And White kicks to Brown. And the 3 off target. Bulls leading by 19. Here's TJ. And the Bulls with another miss. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Their last encounter was in Boston.
And really just a bad loss. No other way to put it. I mean, they maybe overlooked some of the bench players because those reserves got loose offensively.
Here's TJ. That's good. And so Giddey with the assist. DJ's got 44.
And he has just been in a flow offensively. Terrific game. He has been the X factor.
Porzingis sets the pick for Tatum. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by the Bulls. Vucevic has got 8 rebounds in this game.
He is really scuffling this quarter offensively. Perhaps a little frustration setting in. Well, he's had a night. This team feeds off of his energy. And every time they've needed a bucket, he's delivered.
White looking around. Back to Brown. Chicago grabs the miss. Now DJ. Non-stop scoring machine here. Basket counts.
His strong shooting has really helped them secure this lead.
Here's Holiday. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Pass to Brown. Shoots over White. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. Brown's got 12 points in the game.
That's just Jaylen Brown putting in the work in club.
And another one falls. Amazing.
once again, this guy cannot be stopped.
Timeout.
It is incredible. He's nearing second overall in career 50-point games. And still going strong.
Chasing the incomparable Michael Jordan. I mean, that comparison alone should give you chills.
Jalen Smith, he's checked in for Vucevic. Luke Cornett, he's checked in for Boston. Porzingis passes to Holiday. Here's White. Rebound by Smith.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And Coach Derek White spent his first 4.5 seasons with the Spurs, and Coach Greg Popovich, who did a lot to boost his confidence.
Yeah, Kevin, White was a late first-round pick. He's a humble guy, very hardworking. I don't even think he realized he could be this good.
And the shot goes in from Kristaps Porzingis.
And after not making any threes in the first half, he now has 2 here in the second half. Let's see if he continue to add to that.
The Celtics shooting a lackluster 38% for the game, struggling so far. Pass to Cornette. It's deflected. Now here's DJ. Not a lot of room. And that comes off the assist by Giddey. Giddey's got 3 assists tonight. Holiday with it. Now Smith defending. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Yeah, credit the defense there, not allowing the easy layup.
And DJ throws it down.
Well, because he's a good scorer, White attracts attention, and that creates passing lanes.
Holiday, the pass to Brown. Back to Holiday. Boston again missing.
And after that great first quarter from three-point range, he has finally come back to earth.
And DJ throws it down.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
On the wing, Brown.
Remaining
5 to shoot.
2 minutes.
An easy 2 points on the layup. Brown's got 14 points for the game.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And we have so many great players in this NBA. I mean, every night, from top to bottom, each roster, there's so many great players. But in your opinion, who is the toughest to game plan against?
Wow, that is a tough question because there's so many of them where there's no good answers. You know, let's take Jokic, for example. If you play him one-on-one, he's going to score virtually every time. If you come in, double-team him, send a second defender, he's going to make the right pass all the time. There's no way to absolutely stop him. You just do the best you can to limit their teeth.
The great ones always have answers, don't they, Stan?
If they didn't, Kevin, they wouldn't be the great ones.
That's right. Some changes for Chicago. Vucevic checked in for Smith. And Kyle Kuzma's subbed in for Josh Giddey. And a change for the Celtics. Hauser's checked in. Brown finds Holiday. Porzingis looking it over. Pass to White. Here's Hauser. Off target from three-point range. Porzingis with the steal. 14 feet away. And it's White with the rebound.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
And another one. 60 points. This guy cannot be stopped.
They've had no answer for him in this one.
Holiday with the 3. And it's DJ with the rebound. DJ's got his 5th rebound in this one. Off with the layup. Celtics shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Porzingis can't hit. Chicago's gone 4-7 on three-point shots in the second quarter. Yet another bucket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
Now here's Brown. Shoots from the elbow, and the jumper falls for him. Brown's got 9 points in the quarter.
And when he gets in his head that he's going to get to the basket, very little you can do defensively.
And so it's Chicago with a massive lead of 30 points here at the end of the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is... Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Checking out Boston, they're dealing with some challenges, no doubt about it. They have talent, but maybe not as much as they thought they had.
Now let's talk about that first half. What an impressive performance for the Bulls.
You have to ask yourself, how much better?
And that is it for halftime.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You look at DJ in this one. He's been everywhere.
And he's shown just how adept he can be at creating contact and then cashing in at the line.
Well, he's also a pretty good actor. He sells fouls really well.
Starting off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. White in at shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. And it's Holiday in at the point.
Well, for obvious reasons, this coaching staff has a lot of confidence in White running the pick and roll.
So, Stan, let me take you back to the 95-96 NBA season. It was your first year as an NBA assistant. And, of course, the Bulls winning 72 games in that season. Unbelievable.
They were incredible, but one of my great memories in that season, the day of the trade deadline, we sent out 5 guys, brought in 5 new guys. We had to play the Bulls that night. Only one of those players made it in. We had only 8 guys available, some guys who had hardly played for us. Rex Chapman had an unbelievable game, and we beat Michael Jordan's Bulls on that night.
Oh, what a great story. 90 seconds now into the second half. Pass to Tatum. Clock at 6. Fires the 3. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Vucevic has got 11 rebounds in the game. TJ, another bucket. Wow.
And that's 70.
He's unbelievable. Boston's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. The 3 from Tatum. Yes, and it's Holiday with the assist that time. Holiday's got 4 assists now tonight. Going inside, and another one falls.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. And on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you can see how impressive that move was. And no good. Kuzma with the defensive effort. Here's TJ, and TJ throws it down.
Well, he leads everyone in scoring, and he shows no intention of slowing down.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Here's Holiday. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Holiday's got 18 points in the game.
Yeah, Holiday understands when to pick his spots on offense, especially when the mid-range opens up like this.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Pass to Porzingis. Six on the shot clock. Vucevic with the rebound. Vucevic has got 12 rebounds here tonight. Big time effort. Here's TJ, and that one drops for him.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Tatum passes to Porzingis. In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. Tatum no good.
Well, I hate to say it, but he hasn't done a lot to help their cause tonight. He's been a little erratic from the floor.
He shoots again. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Suffocating defense to keep the layup from falling.
Pass to Holiday. Lets it go from deep. Rebound by the Bulls. White's got 5 rebounds tonight. And he drives in, and DJ throws it down.
Well, he's getting all he can offensively and making the most of it.
So it's the Celtics now. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Brown against Johnson, and it's good, 2 points. Brown's got 21 in the game.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Driving inside, and DJ throws it down.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question. Outside Holiday. It's White on the wing. Outside Tatum. There's the 3. Traps in the tray. Tatum's got 6 here in this quarter.
Well, he's been more confident shooting it since the half. Let's see if that trend continues.
And DJ throws it down.
Ever since halftime, they've played precision basketball on the offensive end.
Well, the coaching staff made some adjustments for the second half, and they've come out with focus and execution.
Rebounded by Vucevic. Chicago has gotten fewer than half of their 3-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. Count it.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
And we know Kuzma's always been a terrific scorer, but Craig, he's developed as a passer over time.
And Kevin, early in his career, Kuzma wasn't called on to be a leader, but he's grown into that role, and he puts effort into orchestrating for his teammates.
And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. For years, it seemed like the league was going to go smaller. But lately, Greg, it seems like size is back in fashion.
Yeah, I mean, look at the MVP award, right? Centers and Jokic and Embiid winning it recently. Even Giannis, I wouldn't consider him small. And just overall around the NBA, it feels like bigger teams are having more success.
Pritchard, he's checked in for the Celtics.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. White against White. Pass to Pritchard. Again, the miss by the Celtics. And Chicago shooting just phenomenal here tonight. 73% from the field. And that one is good from DJ.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Pritchard passes to White. And a chance now to look at the schedule for Chicago. On Monday, they'll be playing against Damian Lillard and the Milwaukee Bucks. And then on Thursday, they're taking on Clint Capella and the Atlanta Hawks.
Some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Catching up now on the changes for Chicago. Smith checked in for Vucevic. Buzelis comes in for Kyle Kuzma. Josh Giddey's checked in for Johnson. And it's Dosunmu in for White.
And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible. Holiday gets the bucket.
Well, that's just fantastic awareness inside by Holiday. I like seeing him attack down there.
Here's DJ. Good, that's another bucket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Outside White. Outside Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Fires the 3. Chicago grabs the miss. Here's DJ. And again, he's been absolutely ridiculous ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Well, there's plenty of scorers on the Celtics, but Jason Tatum says, I'm going to get my shots. It's just about trusting the process. From experience, I understand that I'm good enough that I can relax and defer a little bit. Then in the fourth, I can score 20 in the quarter. Kevin, it sounds like he's figured it all out.
Thank you so much. You know, he can take over at any time, and it's fun to watch. DA, we thank you for that. And the layup's good off the glass. Holiday's got 9 points now in the quarter.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
Brown feeling it out a bit. Pass to Porzingis. Here's the floater, and the layup is good. Porzingis has got 12.
And given how tall Porzingis is, not many guys are going to block his shot, especially when he's this close.
And that one's good, DJ.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high-percentage looks from inside.
Offensive rebound, and the dunk by Porzingis.
Well, this is the dirty work you love to see Porzingis doing. Saving the play and getting them a bucket.
And here is DJ. What an incredible scoring display he has put on tonight. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. Pass to Buzelis. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Buzelis has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. And here is Tatum. Brown outside. There's the triple. The rebound by Dosunmu. Chicago has gone 5 of 10 from downtown tonight. 50% exactly. DJ passes to Dosunmu. Now here's DJ. Back to Dosunmu. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage. Look, in that first half, he was hot from beyond the arc. And that's now his second in this half.
1:22 left in the third quarter. Back to Giddey. Launches it. And Boston with the rebound. Stan, you talk about a stacked roster. It's hard to find many weaknesses for the Celtics.
Yeah, Kevin, there's a reason the Executive of the Year award went to Boston's front office last season. The Celtics are built right, and they're built to last.
It's tipped. Buzelis with the ball. Tatum on him. DJ kicks to Giddey. Out to Smith. Shoots the three. And Boston with the rebound. White's got 4 rebounds in this game. Goes up on the high post. And he buries that one, drilling the rim on the way down. And that's 15 points for Jason Tatum. Pass to DJ. Smith right side. Now here's DJ. Now here's Dosunmu. He's covered by Brown. Here's Dosunmu. On the wing, Giddey. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. And the 3 ball is good. Giddey's got 11 points.
And I know Giddey would rather shoot threes straight on, but being versatile makes him even more effective.
The 3 from Tatum. No good, shot missing. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's Chicago running away with it. From the United Center in Chicago, back in a moment. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them
And what a beautiful.
And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the end.
On they side.